Are you ready for another dose of creepy killer doll mayhem? Um, Horror lovers have been spoiled with some unforgettable movies recently, and Blumhouse Productions has been leading the charge. Their hit film M3GAN became an instant favorite, blending slasher horror with a dark sense of humor. Now, the highly anticipated sequel is just around the corner, and the buzz surrounding M3GAN 2.0 is getting louder. But here's the twist. While it's been officially rated PG-13, the movie's tone and content may suggest it's pushing the limits of that classification. Let's take a moment to reflect on the first M3GAN, right? That the sometimes that presents this session that it wasn't just a movie, it was a cultural moment. People were captivated by the killer doll with a mind of her own, and the viral dance scene only added to the fun. The film managed to mix suspense, dark humor, and a touch of camp, making it the perfect treat for horror fans. So it's no surprise that expectations for M3GAN 2.0 is basically kind of a sky high, but will the sequel live up to the hype? While details about the plot are still under wraps, we do know one thing: the sequel is taking things up a notch. From the teaser trailer, it looks like our heroes, Jenna and Katie, are trying to move on after the chaos of the first film. But of course, things go sideways. They attempt to reintroduce M3GAN in a harmless form, but another more dangerous robot appears, and they need M3GAN's help once again. And yes, you guessed it, M3GAN's getting an upgrade. It's like Terminator 2, but with a doll who dances. Now let's talk ratings. And then on to Muss, has been slapped with a PG-13 rating, which is a bit of a head scratcher for some fans. After all, the film sounds like it's diving into some pretty intense territory. Graphic violence, dark themes, and maybe even a little bit of illicit activity. It all screams R-rated content, right? But the decision to go with PG-13 makes sense from a business perspective, as the goal is likely to reach a broader audience, and a PG-13 rating will ensure that more people can grab their popcorn and catch the film when it hits theaters this summer. Interestingly, the first M3GAN also carried a PG-13 rating, despite some viewers wanting more gore and violence. Some fans were even vocal about how the lack of an R rating felt like a missed opportunity. A review from Top Mob even described the PG-13 rating as a drawback to an otherwise solid horror film. However, we'll see if M3GAN 2.0 can push the boundaries of what's acceptable within that PG-13 framework. And looking ahead, the sequel is making waves, and we can already feel the excitement building waves. It's difficult. It's difficult to do that. Will M3GAN stay on the side of good, or will she slip back into her killer ways? The trailer, major twists, but only time will tell them. If it's anything like the first film, we can expect a wild ride. Um, um, and I bet the memes will be just as iconic, especially if the dance scene makes a return. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time,